My name is Kaci Taylor. I'm an architect here in Colorado. My interest in architecture kind of started when I was in middle school. I felt more comfortable in certain spaces than others, and I was always a kind of a very shy kid, so being in spaces that made me feel comfortable was like critical for my own safety and comfort level. Because of that, I was really into reading and kind of diving into other worlds. Classical architecture here in the US, kind of like the colonnade, the columns, the rotunda, all that classical stuff that you see all of our government buildings. Those are elements of power. The US architecture, our buildings were designed by white men. They were built, especially in like the 1800s, by slave labor. But people of color have no ownership and have no, especially back then, access to these spaces. Our built environment in the US is not designed for the majority of people who live here. We are currently in the Clyfford Still Museum here in Denver, and this building really stood out to me the first time I came to visit Denver as a great piece of architectural work. Not only I think is it sited well in relationship to the city, but the materials and how the architects used materials to represent the art that is Clyfford Still's art was spectacular. You're in an enclosed space that has no exterior windows currently, but you still feel like you're part of something else because of how they filtered natural light into the building. And so having more spaces like this museum that are public, I think is one great way of allowing our society to understand that this is for everyone. The really only way of designing for people who aren't you 100% is by asking people what they want. And it's really as simple as that. And I feel like a lot of architects don't do that. Over this past year, I've gotten a lot of media attention for being the only licensed female Black architect currently in the state. I feel bad and guilty to an extent of, I wouldn't say profiting off of it, but getting that exposure and getting my name out there in a way because of something that I was born into. It's an issue when you're the only one in something. I'm excited for the profession to get to the point where your architect could be literally anyone and you're not surprised by this person.